breakfast starts the day all shining bright. Gives you lots of cowboy energy with a flavor that's just right. It's delicious and nutritious, bite-sized and ready to eat. Take a tip from Tom, go and ask your mom. Shredded Ralston can't be beat.
The Tom Mix Ralston Straight Shooters bring you action, mystery, and mile-a-minute thrills in radio's biggest Western detective program. Tonight you're about to hear another episode in a baffling mystery. The Mystery of the Vanishing Herd. Tom Mix is now in a desperate fight to the finish with the dangerous Nazi saboteur known as the Iron Mask. In our last episode, we heard how Tom saved a new secret army plane from being bombed out of existence by the Iron Mask, and then set off for Devil's Mesa to capture the mask in his hideout. As our last episode ended, the amusing Mr. Tweedles turned out to be Joe Begley, FBI agent, who was wounded and about to be killed by the mask and his henchmen. In a moment, we'll take you to the hideout of the Iron Mask. But first, Straight Shooters, if you wake up every morning singing, "Oh, how I hate to get up in the morning. Oh, how I love to lie in bed," then I'll just bet you a busted jackknife against a moth-eaten skullcap you've never tried shredded Ralston. Shredded Ralston is neat. It's crisp, toasty whole wheat baked into little bite-sized biscuits that fit right on your spoon for easy eating. And does shredded Ralston taste good? Boy, oh boy, it tastes so good your whole family will stand right up and shout, "It's delicious." And say, shredded Ralston packs more wallop than a cowboy's 45. It's loaded with whole wheat energy, cowboy energy, the kind of energy it takes to be a winner and a straight shooter. Ask your mother to get you a red and white checkerboard package of shredded Ralston tomorrow. Tell her it's the favorite ready-to-eat cereal of Tom Mix and his cowboys. And it's just the cereal you need to give you cowboy energy. And when you start to saddle up every morning with shredded Ralston, you'll go around singing, "Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day." Yes, sir, you bet you will. And now, come on out to the hideout of the Iron Mask near Dobie. At the edge of a hidden runway, the Mask and his henchmen are about to finish off Joe Begley before they board a plane and make their escape when Tom Mix, flying a P-47, comes roaring in over the field. He's just in time. Listen.
"We must get away. Into the plane. Schnell!"
You're too late, Iron Mask.
What do you mean, Beckley?
Unless I miss my guess, Tom Mix is in that plane. He's arrived before you could get away, and, brother, that means you're not getting away. You're trapped. Iron Mask, this is your finish.
Oh, no, it is not. You men, into the plane. Quickly. Schnell!
Jawohl. The devil is swinging around. He's going to drag the field once again.
Yes, by heaven, and here he comes.
Boy flat. Flat on your face. Boy flat.
He's breaking the plane with machine gun fire. He's trying to blow it up.
He has blown it up. Good boy, Tom. That's showing these Heinies how Americans do it.
The shrine, the Americana shrine on. As for you, Beckley, Mix may capture me, but if he does, I will get rid of you. I will have that satisfaction at least.
Go ahead and shoot, Mask. I've done my job, and so has Mix. You're through. And all your plans to wreck the food supply of this country, to bomb the new experimental plane out of existence, are all washed up, too. Go ahead and shoot. That's what I'd expect from a Nazi.
Yeah, and that is what you will get.
Wait.
Yeah, what's this?
He's landed that plane. He's coming towards us. What is he up to?
I do not know unless he intends to. Oh!
He's turning the plane. He's following us, firing as he comes. Kamerad! Kamerad!
Hello, filthy clown.
Oh, no, you don't. Give me that gun, Mask.
I will give it to you. Just as I give it to this swine who shot Kamerad.
Give me that gun. There. I'm afraid your aim isn't so good, even at close range. You're scared. You're yellow. Look, Mix is climbing out of the plane with a gun in each hand. One move now, Mask, and you're a dead pigeon. Good work, Tom.
Joe Begley.
Here I am, Tom.
Thank goodness you're alive.
They were going to finish me off. You got here just in time, Tom.
You're wounded, partner.
Oh, they pumped a slug into me when Jane and I tried to Get away.
Well, just take it easy, Joe. I'll get you back to a hospital as soon as I attend to this hombre. So you're the Iron Mask.
Yeah, that is right.
I heard a lot about you in Europe. Never thought we'd meet up here on Devil's Mesa.
It is a small world, eh, Mr. Mix?
Yes, and getting smaller all the time. But I reckon, Iron Mask, your world is going to get a lot smaller for a while. Nothing bigger than that cell the sheriff's got down at the Dobie jail.
Sure must feel good to relax, Tom, after all the excitement we've been through.
Yeah, it sure does, Sheriff.
Yeah, it's all over now. Doc says Tweedles, or rather Begley's going to pull through, and the Iron Mask and his men are all tucked away where they can't do no more harm.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't fall me for an ornery maverick, Tom. If it ain't good just to sit here on the porch of the TM bar and look out over the range, out there where the hills begin with the sun going down behind them, making everything kind of gold and purple and blue and, well, I reckon almost any color you could name. Yeah, Tom, it sure is mighty good just to sit here doing nothing, just drinking in the scenery.
You should have been a poet, Mike. You sure begin to sound plenty lyrical.
Well, Tom, I reckon I am sort of that. 'Cause I sure do feel like singing about them heifers out there being all safe out there on Peterson's range. They wouldn't be there, Tom, if you hadn't throwed the Iron Mask and you hadn't roped him and busted him good in a manner sort of speaking like.
Oh, the breaks was with me, Mike.
Sure, you would say that. But everybody else is talking about what brains it took and what courage. You did a mighty fine job, Tom.
Oh, one thing sort of led to another.
Well, one thing didn't sort of lead to another before you got back from England, Tom. It took you to find out that gas was killing them steers. It took you to figure out that gas was spread amongst the herds by airplane.
Mike, I'm going to start preening my feathers like a peacock any minute now.
No, you won't, Tom. You ain't no fancy dude with grand ideas. Sure, you've traveled. I reckon you've seen about all the world there is to see. Sat down to chow with the dukes and countesses and kings and all that there sort of thing, but you're just natural and regular, like any other Westerner.
Well, let's say like any other American, Mike.
Sure, Tom, sure. Well, Tom, now that your work is over, you going to get back to ranching?
Well, I reckon my work isn't over yet, Sheriff.
Yeah, but you done what you come back to do. You captured the Iron Mask and his men. You saved the food supply of our country.
Well, I'm expecting new orders now that that's over. Any day now.
Now, Tom, don't tell me that you're going back across the ocean. Don't tell me you're going to get into the invasion.
I'd like nothing better. I sure was cut up about having to come back here when I knew the invasion was about to break loose.
Yeah, I guess you knowed more about that than you're saying, Tom.
Well, maybe, Mike.
Hey, Tom, you must have been sashaying around with some mighty important folks there. Why, shuckings,
Hey,
you
wait
must
a minute,
have seen,
Mike.
huh?
There's someone turning in at the gate. He's sure in a hurry.
In a hurry, just about half describes it, Tom. That boy's riding like the devil was on his tail. Can you see who it is, Tom?
No, it's got too dark. But if I don't miss my guess, he'll be here in about 3 seconds flat.
He sure is coming. A man rides a horse like that for only one reason, Tom, and that means trouble.
Certainly looks as if it does. Well, whatever it is, we'll know about it fast. Here he is.
Tom, it's Windy. Windy Wilson.
What? So it is, Sheriff.
Yeah, that means one thing, Tom. Leastwise, you and me are in for a lot of joy. Once Windy starts talking, he never stops, and he never gets to the point.
I gotta see you pronto, Tom.
Well, hello, Wendy. Sit down.
I can't sit down. No, sir, no. I just can't sit down. Just impossible for me to sit down. Oh, I'm jumpier than a grasshopper eating loco weed. Tom, it's gone. It's vanished. It's skedaddled. Tom, I'm like to faint.
Well, go ahead and faint. It'll save us the trouble of having to listen to your jawing for the next 6 hours.
What's gone? What's disappeared, Wendy?
Well, sir, it's the strangest thing that ever happened. It is, Tom, it really is. Ain't nothing as strange as this since my Uncle Houndstooth died from eating hogberries out in season. Well, that was a funny thing, come to think of it. Uncle Houndstooth went out one morning, he sees all these berries.
Shut him up, Tom. Shut him up and make him stick to the point.
Now, wait a minute, Wendy.
Huh?
You said something disappeared. Is that right?
Yes, sir, that's right, Tom. It just up
now,
and kind of...
Yes, but what? What disappeared, Wendy?
Well, sir, it's this way. You know, I live out right next to the Green Man. The Green Man, you know the Green Man, the boat.
Well, who don't? Everybody knows the green man's that jumbo cactus 10 miles out on the desert. That green jumbo cactus that's shaped like a man.
Yes, sir, shaped like a man. That's right, Sheriff. Yes, sir, you're right. And I have a little house there, too, you know. Little house where I sell souvenirs. So many tourists come out to see the Green Man, you know. The Green Man, they come out.
Yes, we know.
Yes.
Green Man is quite an attraction.
Yes, he is.
There's even sort of a legend growing up about it.
That's right.
But what's happened, Wendy?
Well, sir, 3 days ago, I went to Silver City to pick up a consignment of souvenirs that was coming on from Rapid Falls.
Yes.
And, of course, I shut up my little house, locked it good and tight, I did, on account you can't trust nobody, see? Why, once I recall, I didn't shut up the house, I didn't lock it at all, and when I got back, somebody had stolen...
Never mind all that. Stick to the point. What's disappeared?
Well, like I say, I went to Silver City to get these here souvenirs, you see. Been gone about 3 days. Just got back this afternoon. Just a little before sunset I did. And it ain't there. Well, it's gone. It's completely vanished, yes, sir.
What ain't there, Wendy?
Well, I just don't savvy it at all, Tom. I'll tell you, the shock alone was enough to make me fall off a banjo-wise my horse. I rode up. I looked for it, and I couldn't find it.
I'm going to cloud up and rain all over you if you don't tell us what you couldn't find.
I feel the same way myself. It's beyond me, just simply beyond me.
Now, wait a minute, Wendy.
Yes, sir.
Just take up a notch in your saints and let's get a few things straight.
Yeah.
You've been jabbering away about losing.
Oh, no, Tom. I didn't lose nothing. I didn't lose it. It disappeared. It vanished. It's just not there. And after all, people just don't walk off with a house, and a house sure don't walk off by itself.
A house? Whose house?
Well, my house, of course.
You mean to say, Wendy, that your house has vanished?
Well, it ain't there, Tom, and it was there 3 days ago.
Tom, I was right.
What do you mean, Sheriff?
We got trouble, Tom, and plenty of it.
How can Wendy Wilson's house disappear, vanish into thin air? That doesn't seem possible, does it? Well, a lot of strange and amazing things are about to happen, so be sure to hear the next episode of The Mystery of the Green Man. Monday, same time, same station.
Say, Don.
Oh, Mike Shaw. Yeah, Mike.
Hey, I want to ask you a favor.
Why, sure, Sheriff.
Whatever you do, Don, don't, for the love of Pete, mention anything about shredded Ralston to Wendy Wilson.
Oh, why not?
Why not? Say, the last time Wendy started talking about shredded Ralston, he talked for 48 hours straight. When he gets going on shredded Ralston, he gets wound up tighter than a grandfather's
Well,
clock.
say, Wendy isn't the only one who can't stop talking about shredded Ralston, Sheriff. Everybody who tries it raves about this whole wheat, ready-to-eat, bite-sized cereal.
Of course they do. Yeah, I ain't seen anybody yet that didn't go hog wild over its flavor, that didn't rant and snort about how much cowboy energy it gives them. But, Don, I'm telling you, don't let Wendy cut loose.
Well, okay, Mike, I won't.
If and when he gets started, I do have an idea how maybe we can stop him, though.
Oh, how?
Well, we'll just slip him a red and white checkerboard package of shredded Ralston and tell him to start chewing and stop jawing.
Well, that's a great idea, Sheriff. Well, straight shooters, join us again Monday, same time, same station, when Tom Mix rides the range again.
Up, Tony. Come on, boy. Shredded Ralston for your breakfast. Starts the day off shining bright. Gives you lots of cowboy energy with a flavor that's just right. It's delicious and nutritious, bite-sized and ready to eat. Take a tip from Tom, go and tell your mom, shredded Ralston can't be beat.
There goes Tom Mix, America's favorite cowboy. But he'll be back with another exciting adventure Monday evening, same time, same station, when the Tom Mix Ralston Straight Shooters are on the air. Tom Mix was played by Curly Bradley. This is Don Gordon speaking. This is Mutual.